Between panic and sense, my mind falls down. Yet the chaos in my head pulls me further around. I wear it like a nightmare, like an ancient song, telling of the things that last lifelong. I have learned to run no more, even if the voices win the war. For deep in darkness I have seen, even shadows can walk with me. Oh, trapped in the shadow of me. Oh, no escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only...
Yo, people. Yo, people, peeps. Not you. This is fine. Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so thanks so much for tuning in to this live stream. We appreciate you all very much. It must be another week. Yep.
Agreed.
And for us, it's a Saturday at approximately 3:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
In New Zealand time.
I'm Richard, and this is Harry. We're going to start the show. And
3, 2, 1, go! Racing! Yeah! Thanks so much for tuning in, and it should be a good one. What have they got planned?
Okay, so we're going to deep dive very shortly into the episode this week, which of course was the drone pack, the ultimate wearable flight pack that we're calling it, based on a jetpack design, and it is somewhat controversial. That's okay, it's all part of the fun. Of course, it is a project that we're building, so we're going to go back and check out the episode it came up Monday, I think. I believe it did.
Yeah, maybe.
And of course, this one is episode 14, I believe, of the RC Eagle, which is a 3D printed plane that we're building exclusively on Livestream, all thanks to our friends of KiwiFil and of course, Hobby Wing. Thanks very much.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for tuning in today.
And
couldn't do it without you. Remember to join in on the chat, and very shortly we're going to jump into the next slide and do the dive in.
Yes, and thanks so much, another CG. You've already been in this. There you go.
Okay, we'll dive into the next slide. Thanks.
Alrighty.
Okay, so here we are. Okay, thanks very much for everyone for joining in, past, present, and future. And here we are in the workshop. And if you're wondering what these guys are behind you, this of course is the drone pack. And on top of them, you can see just there is of course the RC Eagle, which of course predominantly and majority of the episode that you'll experience today live is going to be about.
Yes. You're too much light.
No, it's fine.
It's okay.
I haven't seen these.
Okay, yes, so we are live, so thanks so much for tuning in, and what have we got planned? We're going to look at, I assume we'll just look at a little bit of the episode of this week.
Yes, yes, that's the plan, that's the goal.
And yeah, the drone pack, what do you think about it, Richard?
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's, hey, Marcel's joined. Hey, dude. You're doing a lot of, if you've been watching Off Axis's channel, we urge you to do that, and he's been doing a lot of long-range flying in Vancouver.
Yeah. Well, it could be in a secret location. We don't want to spoil that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be like, I was in Vancouver, but for this one, I'm not. So.
I guess it's not exclusive.
No. There you go. So there you go. That's where it's at. And
yeah. So what size propeller for memory? They are the 26-inch by 8.5-inch pitch is what they are.
Yes, you can see the side of my head there, just in scale.
Yes.
Quite
and
big.
of course, this is what we're dubbing the Mark I design of the drone pack series. Hopefully, we'll go all the way up to full flight. But you know, there's lots of certifications and all that because, of course, we want to do it correctly and safely. As we get lots of comments on various social medias about this particular project, which is great to see the passion out there.
Yes, and safety is always at 1000%. We would do any other things if long-term followers like Marcel, he knows that from first hand. So there you go. What do you want to do? Jump over to the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the propeller that we're using for the?
The little guy.
Yeah. What size is it now?
25 centimeters.
Okay.
Or maybe 10 centimeters. Yeah, 10 centimeters.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So not quite as large as 26.
Not quite as large. Yeah. But we'll jump into that in a minute. Okay.
So you're gonna dive into the episode. Eh?
Yeah. Why not?
So is that anyone tuning in? Remember, join in on the chat as much as you like. It doesn't have to be necessarily about explicitly about what we're talking about. It could be something fun, but we like to change it up sometimes as well.
Yeah.
But if you've got any thoughts or ideas about maybe a project that we should be doing in the future, or a comment about one of the projects that we're working on now, feel free to check it in.
Off actually says I got a house full of pilots all over in Canada at my house. Oh, sweet. Tomorrow, if you be the city with whoops, I say, hi, Canada. What up?
Shout out to Canada.
Shout out to Canada, y'all. Yes, and I guess in return would be like, say hi, New Zealand. What? No?
I guess so.
It's a digital world. It's a digital world. But yes, very cool, dude. Nice. Sorry we couldn't be there this time, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
What would we take?
Well, the tiny whoop. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Tiny whoop and ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's all you really need, you know, just as they say, procure everything else on site.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's all right.
Very small luggage, guys. I guess you have to.
Or would you have the remote? Yeah, I guess you would. You take the remote.
Yeah,
you wouldn't take the battery. You wouldn't take the battery.
You wouldn't take the battery. But you can put them in the bags.
Oh, okay. I guess if they have
lipo bag.
If
like
they're happy with
flame retardant bag, I think.
It's fine in modern day time to fly with the lipo batteries or not. It changes all the time depending on the country you're flying to.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes they don't like it very much.
What do you mean? Like people flying their drones inside the plane.
Yeah, they probably frown at that.
Yeah, probably wouldn't like but I'm power leaving the sky.
Hey man, what are I gonna do for 16 hours on this flight?
There you go. So technically that Whoop drone would be going the fastest in the world, wouldn't it? Because it's going the same speed in physics technically, wouldn't it? We're going forward.
It's going forward plus the momentum of the plane itself.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd be the fastest Whoop in the world right there. That's how you beat any record right there. You fly a drone inside another plane. There you go.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting thought.
It's a weird life of physics.
There you go.
Okay.
But were we good at physics at school?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we were okay. Yeah. We passed. That's the main thing, isn't it? It's more of one of those things that we always had.
You got through it.
We got through it, but also it's one of those things we had a lot of questions for the teachers. And even when we got to uni, we had a lot of discrepancies from real life world to a theoretical world. And
there's lots of variables,
and we always argued that our theoretical world is not.
It's got its
point in time, and then the reality is could be vastly different. Yeah, but interesting. Yeah, you can only get so far with paper planes, people. There you go.
You mean calculations?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to dive into the episode, yeah?
Yeah. And which drones are you going to fly at the comp tomorrow there, Marcel? Oh, Dan Zeller's joined the stream. Thanks, man. Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Oh, you're at his house. Sweet.
He's at the Tony Whoop party. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah, be a whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, you would say whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. What's the vibe like? Hopefully it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do you have like a fire pit or fireworks going up?
Or music. What are the tracks going down at the moment? Yeah. Leave in the DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got this?
Is it kind of like what do they call it? A rave party?
Yeah. It could be a major
lights maybe.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the episode this week that came out. I think it was Monday.
I don't know. But it's just so we had a lot of questions for people. People are asking us, was that the real version? You go, no, this is the mock version. This is long-standing people like Dan and Marcel will know that this is just a PVC piping. You can't fly with that, guys. No, you can't. But what we do know is that it's giving us the sizing to allow around the body, and because it's an H-frame, we want to allow for that. On this episode, we were saying the construction of the frame.
Yes, that's right. It was quite fun to dive into the world of TIG welding, specifically in aluminium. So something that we haven't done for a very long time, and it was good to
Get back into
to
that
see
world.
what we could come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and what size pipes are we running, Richard? We got a pipe there beside you. No way. You're just on a big screen.
Oh, what?
Oh,
not
that's
an ad, Harry.
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
Come on, focus.
Come on, Harry. No ads.
We don't
no
want
ads.
What's New Zealand on about?
Come on. Nobody wants to see an ad.
No, but yeah. We'll skip that. Hang on. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, yes. So we're back again. Yeah, so what kind of size pipes are we talking about? Are we on a projector, by the way? Hopefully we're on like a wall. That'd be cool.
Well, I'm projected onto the house. Sometimes they do that, right, on like a museum.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Maybe we were projected onto something like, well, a house would be cool.
Yeah.
Like a roof.
A roof? Yeah.
Yeah, high from the roof.
I'm giant, man. I'm massive. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I think we made quite good progress. Interesting just to get the metal that we wanted. Even that was a logistical, interesting nightmare, especially where we are in the world. So that was a bit of a interesting one.
Now, Dan suggests to get those props above our heads for safety. Yes.
Yeah, that's an idea.
But of course, then aesthetically, not so cool looking.
No, that's true.
It's a different design technically then.
Technically, and also you're adding a lot more weight to the design. You're adding like another. It probably doesn't really matter, but let's say it doesn't really. It's kind of.
I kind of like the design.
I know that
I
on the Mark II version we could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah. But then you sort of like underslung it, right? So you have that massive offset of like momentum or pendulum effect.
Yeah.
Which would really not the
Trudy wouldn't be.
The flight controller really wouldn't because we have done a little bit of that when it's that kind of like that kind of offset and it's not a fan. It's not saying you can't do it. Tune it in, but it just doesn't like it very much.
No. But even anyway. But unless of course the propellers and everything, it must be rated for such things.
Yes. And of course, what's the main thing with this guy is because of course he's the Mark I. He isn't currently rated for human weight because, of course, so you're sort of like 100 kgs or something plus, depending on how much weight.
Apply, yes.
So we have to be safe about it. So he will, in fact, in all intents and purposes, there'll be a stand-in.
Yes, a stand-in. So instead of the Harry and Richard, there'll be the other guy,
the HR. I think
HR.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be a stand-in guy for it, obviously, to. But keep everybody happy, right? The T's and C's.
Yeah, well, we've got a broadcast.
Yeah.
And you don't want to step on anyone's toes.
No, exactly. Keep everybody happy. That's the way people.
And I guess that ultimately will absolutely make sure it's safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it'll be a fun one. And we're looking forward to that. What else are we going to do on the TIG welding side?
Everything.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll just jump ahead. TIG welding. For the people out there who haven't done TIG welding, what's it like, Richard? Just a brief explanation of that.
It's a lot slower and less noisy than something like, say, MIG or ARC, which we've done quite a bit of. But it's got its own quirks. It's quite interesting, nonetheless. So we have a little bit of... our main point on this particular one was actually just setting up the TIG welder to be able to do it for that particular 3mm tubing.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff that wasn't filmed. Setting the TIG weld up took months.
Yeah.
So it was good to see it
all came together in the end. So obviously we've got some more TIG welding to do, and it's quite good. It's something that we haven't really done too much of, so it's once again exciting to get another skill under your belt once it's all ticked off.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, in the polls, you can jump back to normal screen. In the polls, I think we did put a poll up and asked people what kind of material we should use.
Predominantly, they said it was three, wasn't it? One was carbon fiber, one was aluminium, and one was steel. So of course, steel was out because it's heavy, right?
Yeah.
And next came aluminium. He was at second place. And then, of course, there was the carbon fiber. So we looked quite a bit for the carbon fiber, but it was a bit on the difficult side for us to obtain. So
yes, stocks below and all that sort of stuff. But what have we got? We got a drone that's got carbon on the arms. The big 3D printed drone. It's got.
Yeah.
It's got carbon on the drone, so carbon on arms. So we had done that before, so it's not a new one. So we wanted to, push our limits as well. What kind of aluminium we got? Actually?
Oh, it's just behind you.
You could just show one corner. Maybe
There we go.
just a little tack on it. Yeah.
So yeah, so this is the results. Obviously we got done some little tacks here. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good first start for us. A little bit, you can see. There we go. It's not perfect, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and we'll have to seam it all the way around. People, you can't just leave it at the tack. No, I wouldn't trust that. But yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's coming together.
Do you want to see it? I can pick it up and put it on.
Yeah,
We could do
guess
that.
we can do that.
Somebody might want to see that.
How would we do it? I'll just move that out, right?
But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a great party.
Hopefully the party's going good.
Maybe move this chair out of the way.
Yeah. We'll pass this guy out of the way because we'll start on him shortly.
Yeah, we'll jump into the plane in a bit. And it's the plane. For the people out there.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be jumping into that in a second. You got that guy.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I guess what we'll do is maybe do you want to put it on or you want me to put it on?
So we'll do that. Okay.
All right.
Just move the
Table out of the way.
yeah. We're good.
Oh, you grab it from there. Bring it back then. I'll move the table out of the way.
Oh my god.
Crikey. Okay. How's that look? All right? I can't
Yeah,
see.
it's fine. That's fine. Down you go.
Down like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to put it on?
I guess.
Okay.
So of course, this some of the comments were about the straps. Of course, these aren't rated. These straps aren't rated for that kind of thing at the moment.
Are we good? Are we not going to touch anything?
You need an equivalent of a 5-point harness anyway, because of course the load has to be taken around the chest. Because at the moment, it's effectively it's like a school bag type harness. It's just for demonstration purposes.
To get sizing right. What else? Can I turn it all? Or no?
A little bit.
I can turn a little bit. Can I turn to there?
Mm-hmm.
Can I, any further than that?
Keep going.
Tell me when. Can I go to there?
Yeah, you can go there.
So yeah, there's one propeller, guys, and clearance. There was a lot of questions about clearance to the face. Oh, that's a good. What do you reckon?
Good enough.
Good enough. Yes.
And would you? Someone was saying that you could potentially put your head forward and then touch the blade, but that can't happen.
No, it can't happen. Hang on, I'll just turn the propellers.
We allowed enough space that physically
Yes.
can't happen.
I guess so. There's room we can come back if we thought. Bear in mind that there'll be guards here and those sorts of things, but that's kind of not necessary at this stage. Once we construct the frame, do all the electronics, flight controllers, all the cool stuff, and then then we can start thinking about that. Yeah, for sure.
And if you did, you're talking about Dan was talking about lifting the propellers higher.
Oh yeah, above your head.
But then I guess the only difference would be is this backpack area would be elongated down, right?
Yeah, it's just an extension
So
of
it's
the
an
back.
extension. This would go further down, right? Right?
Yeah,
And you'd have to build up the frame when you go down.
but these are just long. These ones would be longer pipes.
Yeah. And
I guess it's definitely possible to do.
where was that piece of aluminium tubing? Over here?
There's aluminium tubing down there.
No, the actual thing.
But yes, hope you guys are having a great weekend. And what are you going to show?
I was going to show the distance.
Sweet.
Okay, so and the other thing that we did is we changed the width as well on.
Don't want to hit you.
We changed the width of this structure, so we shrunk it down to there.
Yeah,
So
way
then
better.
that way, which is what we were planning on doing here, but it's just that I can't remember, there was some links that we're using for something else, so that's just the way it came. So effectively it will actually be shrunken down, and then we may have to put in some extra bracing and stuff like that as well to compensate for that, but there you go. It looks a lot, so effectively it'll be like that underneath, and then over the other side as well.
Yeah,
Interesting.
interesting stuff, guys.
Cool. Duck.
And then I guess I think. What do you reckon? Are we finished with that? Do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Unless there's any more questions, send them through. We'll start on the 3D printed plane build.
Yeah. There we go.
Sure. You all good? Swap.
Get it.
Yep, I get him. Okay, now this guy will disappear.
How do we do that?
Where do we
Can
put
you
it?
bring the table closer?
Bring the oh, maybe go back this way. Here you go.
He's so big, yo.
Yeah, there you go.
Oops. Nice.
Nice.
I guess you can just leave it over there. Is he going to hurt anyone, or is he just kind of in the way?
Might be just a bit in the way. Otherwise, we can put it back, get him a bit out of the way. What do you reckon? I can.
Could you rotate it that way?
Could shimmy it across up here.
Hmm?
There you
Put
go.
it down here, so.
Yeah, could do. Otherwise, we just shimmy it and put it over there. Was that too hard?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just go that way with it. Okay.
Okay. You sure you don't want to leave it over there?
Where should we go? Oh. Okay, we can put it. I'll put it over there. Maybe we can turn it sideways.
Okay.
There you go.
It's so big it doesn't fit in this shop.
Well, this part of the ship.
You just go down there?
Yeah. Maybe just turn those propellers.
Yeah. Maybe pass this out of the way. Ooh. Okay, we're just sorting out the shot for the next round of the start on the Eagle.
Go around. That's fine. It's probably the best you can do. Okay.
It's probably the right way, yeah.
There
Okay,
you go.
so here's the Eagle, guys.
Okay.
Maybe move it that way.
You could also just turn the camera a bit.
So pick it up a bit, we'll move it back.
Which way?
That
Oh,
way.
towards me. Okay.
Yeah.
Got him?
Yeah.
All right.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, guys. And where did we get to on this guy? I think the last time we did it, we installed the servos on these flap arms. We also put a servo in the middle section for the tail. If you can see that angle. So we put a servo there, but we haven't connected it. So that's what we'll be aiming to do shortly. And then what? Then what's the next plan?
Are we going to paint it even?
Maybe we could possibly do that.
Because you can always add, we've also got to add a stabilizer at some point as well, which we haven't done yet. Right?
Yeah, we do need a stabilizer, yeah. A vertical stabilizer. I know a normal Eagle doesn't have a stabilizer, but this one does.
Yeah. And the other thing that we need to do is get that motor attached properly. So we may have to run a motor, make up a motor housing. Maybe do it through CAD or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Make our own design.
Yeah.
If in doubt, just design it ourselves. I think that's kind of the best way.
At this point, it's probably the only way.
And I guess what we'll do is jump into split screen. There you go.
Nice.
Nice. What have I got in my pocket? Hey, find your sock.
Huh, very nice.
His phone sock. Cool. All right. And right. Okay. What we could do is we can join this linkage. Where's that camera? Maybe you can bring that camera in closer to
Which camera?
the main camera. Let's see if that rod's going to work this time.
This one.
Yeah, it should be right.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah. Okay, so how are you going to mount that? So at the moment, we've actually got, I think I'll bring a camera close so you guys can see. We've actually got a, there we go. We've actually got a push rod in the center.
I'll bring it over there.
Oh, there. We've got a push rod there.
Oh, yeah.
And as Harry pushes it, it's got a bit too much flex because it's about 1 millimeter.
Too much flex.
But we've got a little tube there that we acquired.
Wait.
The idea being we're going to mount that to the body, so then when you engage it, then the
Should be able to see the tail. Where's the tail? Oh, maybe you turn the camera and you can see the tail.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to see it. Now, there you go. So then what will happen is you should be able to get... Hang on. My hand's in the way. Can you see that? I think you can, yeah. So if we mount that correctly in the right spot...
You'll be able to do that track.
Yeah, and a kind of important one. So what do we need? We need a screwdriver, we need a drill, we need a pair of pliers. Okay, I'll get some drills.
Yep, and you can leave a comment about what your plans are for the week. I know Danzilla and Marcella doing the Tiny Whoop. I guess you'd say Tiny Whoop challenge almost.
City challenge.
City challenge, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Anybody else out there? They're welcome to join in too with the chat. What are we doing with this one?
I was going to start counting out again.
Oh yeah, and the other thing, I guess we need a drill and a screwdriver, and I think we'll be okay.
Pair of pliers and those sorts of things. Arrived at panic station.
Did you want me to engage anything else here?
Oh, I'm on that side, I can do it.
You're already doing it.
Typical.
The propellers are in the way, man.
But yes, hopefully everybody's having a great weekend, wherever you are in the world. That'll work.
Nice.
You should be righto.
Yeah, it should be fine. Just move this slightly.
Linkage is fine. All we need to do is take this linkage off.
There you go. It's a bit better.
Yeah.
Straighten it up.
But yes, the motor needs to be mounted. It's not quite the way I was hoping it to be, so as it came from the store, as it were, from the 3D print. So we'll do what we do best, which is modify things.
It is true, we do tend to do that quite a bit.
Yeah, we tend to, yeah. Okay, so that'll fit. Yeah.
All good, eh?
Yeah, just moving it forward so you can see what's going on. Stick up something. It's all good, it's all good. Not a big deal. And how are we going to do this? I suppose you just mark it thereabouts and just bite it. Your vice grips where you are, yep.
Yeah, I brought it over to you.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice to get the tail all done. What does it say on this one? What's neutral position? I would say middle, but some planes aren't like that. Normal flight slightly up. Oh no, pretty much fine. Pretty flat. Yeah, right. So that's normal, eh? Okay. You all good?
Yeah, all good.
Alrighty. I'll take a bit off and then we can start working on the bends of it. Because it's connected at the back, I believe, when we did it.
Which one?
The, that one.
Oh, yeah, it is connected.
So what we'll do is we'll kind of shimmy rig this. This would be quite a cool one to fly. Actually, the more you get to the end of these builds, you're like, aren't you? What do you reckon, Richard? Should we go further in?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
So this, according to the manual, it said about there was the thing.
Yeah, see, if you're just joining in on the stream, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and we are making the RC Eagle, which is a 3D printed plane that we've been doing quite extensively on our live stream series, and I think we're up to number 14 in the series.
Yeah.
Something like that. And at the moment, what we're doing is we've already installed the Aron controls, push rods that is, and now we're installing the elevator at the back.
Yep. And we've already looked at the
drone pack, which is the episode this week.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you reckon about there, Richard? And then we'll do a little zigzag as we always do.
Yeah, sure.
Like about here.
Yeah, yep. Do you want to bring the camera in, or is it all right? I think you're right.
What do you reckon like that? What do you reckon about there?
Yeah, sure.
You happy?
It's quite a bit though. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, well, because you don't really know.
I want to do a zigzag. The zig, mind your fingers.
Nice. I'm gonna put that back so we don't lose it.
Okay, well, we can't take that back now. Keep that little screwdriver there. And it's kind of an interesting place to put a servo. You wouldn't think they'd put it there, but anyway. You'd think the battery would go there, but anyway, that's the way the manufacturers did it, so...
Where does the battery go here?
Hey?
Where would the battery even go?
I think in their design it actually goes above it.
What? Like just like a floating shelf or mezzanine floor?
Mezzanine floor, yeah.
Oh, very strange. Okay. You drilled that little hole in? Yeah. Nice. Yep. If you're just joining in, you're more than welcome to join in on the chat.
It's all good. I'll just turn it slightly. Where are we going?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm effectively completely invisible.
Another CG is here. All is well. You know it. Nice.
And how are you this week, my man?
My man.
My man. Hopefully you had a great week, and thanks very much.
Appreciate it.
For joining in.
Sweet.
And are you flying anything this weekend? It's really a weekend for us, but I guess for you it might be a Friday, I believe. Do you have any plans to go to the airfield or something like that, I guess?
I think a bit not quite right. What do you reckon? What do you reckon?
No, it's fine.
Looks alright, eh?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's very kind of
Fiddly?
fiddly spot.
Kind of like a one-handed kind of thing. Why make it easy,
Yeah.
right? Do you think this will fly another CG? That's the other thing.
Is that straight?
Yeah, it's straight.
Straight now?
Yeah, it's straight.
Okay.
Can't quite read that. Can you read it?
Hover air every weekend. Oh, nice. Very cool. That's good. Very cool. Is it flat, Richard?
Is it like a hovercraft?
No, I think a hover air is a type of drone. I'm pretty sure. You can bring it up on the screen, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? Hover air. I just thought hover man. Maybe I'm just thinking about it. It might be that, Harry. I'm just thinking hovercraft.
Just that into hovercraft.
Just really into it.
Never made a hovercraft. Never been in a hovercraft. Think I really like hovercraft. I'm pretty sure it's a drone. Yeah, another
Oh,
CG.
yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was that one.
You can change the screen.
I can change the screen for a second.
He might be this guy. Is that him?
Maybe this fella.
It might be this guy.
Is that it?
Is that you? That's you doing that.
Riding the drone.
No, he's not riding the drone. He's riding the surfboard.
Surfboard.
And the drone's looking at him.
Oh, yeah, cool. Well, apparently they're doing an aqua version. Oh, why not?
Have you got the aqua one? The aqua one's to do with the aquariums.
Yeah. Very cool, though. Good cage.
It's got quite a good cage, yeah, so that you can.
It's got that X1 Pro Max. That's the one, he says.
That one,
X1. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Oh, the guy with his hand out. Up the top there.
This one.
Yeah, X1.
Cool.
And biking. That's him. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay. Nice.
Sweet. That's cool. It's a good idea.
Does it? Is it one of the ones that sort of self-track behind you?
Self-tracking. Yeah, like, yeah, it's just self-flying. So maybe it does a tracking. That would be
pretty cool.
That would be sick.
It's something that we haven't ever done. It always looks good, so like it dodges the trees and stuff.
Hopefully it does.
Yeah, you don't want to fly into the tree.
Oh, not again. Oh, mate.
Where's that big extendable stick that I have in my backpack?
Yeah, it looks cool either way, for sure.
Yeah, very cool.
Self-tracking, yes. Oh. And do you like the self-tracking? Is it good? Like
What's
what
your
would you
experience
rate rating out of 10? 10 being good. Yeah. People don't say that, do they? People don't say that when they do that sort of thing. They just say, like, how is it? What do you think? Go back to this. Yeah, nice. Yeah, back onto it.
That's pretty cool, though.
It is very cool. It's good to see what other people are doing.
Yeah. That'd be quite cool. Are you doing like downhill mountain biking type thing?
9.5. Oh, that's pretty good. 9.5 on the Richter scale right there. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good
9.5.
compliment. 9.5.
I see like 9.5 minutes of flight.
No, I think it's got a bit longer than that.
Oh, okay. It's actually quite cool though.
It's very cool.
Is it easy to set up? I guess you gotta like just plug it in, wait for the GPS to lock.
Yeah,
Do
like
you do
especially
it-
in the field. It might be
How do
different.
you do it? Is there like a watch or some kind of tracking device, or does it? I'd imagine it probably tracks the app that you've got in your hand, or maybe you got a remote and you put that in your backpack. Because there's different options. Right?
There you go. How would you do it, Richard, if you were designing it?
Probably just like a little gizmo or something.
Yeah.
That goes into your pack. Which one do you do?
I was just bending.
Is that the actual one? You do the other one. Yeah. So Harry's just bending the
Bending the gizmo at this end. Hopefully I got it right.
yeah.
Kuna Matata. What do you reckon? Nearly there?
Yeah. Maybe just bend it a bit more down.
This one?
Yeah, down.
Yeah.
No remote needed. Oh.
Sweet.
Does it? Do you have to like calibrate it to your face or something?
Yeah. What happens if you meet another rider going the other way?
Does it get confused? Like, does it go like that and then turns around?
Come
Please.
And the other guy's like, score.
My $5,000 just blew off.
Well, however much it is. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that was a quote from. Okay. Was it? He goes, my $5,000 just flew off.
All right.
Yeah. He's talking about Bumblebee.
Oh, okay. We're gonna hold.
Bend it up a bit as well.
I can do it.
Yeah.
AI tracking, nice. What did they call it before AI? What did they call that?
Terminator.
No, that was afterwards.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. That should be an app.
I'm back.
It should be the app, isn't it?
Skynet.
Skate. Do you reckon you put your hand there so it doesn't go flying into the sky? Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
You all good? Is it
Yeah, all
locked in?
Yeah.
Like, your fingers clear?
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Did I get it?
Nope.
Crikey Dickens. Okay, hang on, go a little bit lower down. How's that?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. Crikey.
Got it.
There's the rascal.
I don't think you're going to use that again. That's right.
No?
It's like a needle, man.
Nice. Oh, it's very cool to see what other people... Do we have that kind of thing in New Zealand?
Not that I know of.
Not that
I
I
guess
know.
you could just import it.
I guess so, yeah. Oh, very cool. I know once upon a time they brought out a company called Skydo brought out one that was kind of revolutionary back in the day. And then there was another company called like Lily that came out with one.
Very controversial, that one.
That one apparently went, yeah. I'm not sure if they were selling drones in the end, but apparently.
Yes, it was a very...
Something went down.
we can't comment or speculate, but something was stressworthy.
Apparently something went down. But anyway, hey, who knows? Who knows?
Okay, so I'll just bring the camera up so you guys can see what he's doing. Looks like you got it in there.
But maybe you got some AI tracking to bring that in there, Richard. No, it's just Richard.
There's no AI tracking, sorry.
It's just Richard tracking.
just a Richard tracking.
So hang on, I'll tilt it a little bit.
Yeah, so that's the push rod, I guess you call it.
Push rod here. And now we're going to do is fix that push rod so it doesn't wobble around. At the moment, it's a bit wobbly.
Yeah,
So
so
we're
it's not going to be able to do anything.
No. So what we're going to do is put that down.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Gotta get it just right, and then we can get into it.
It's not porridge.
What?
Come on, man, we're not Goldilocks, man.
Goldilocks, man. Funny. Richard's a hoot. Apparently. There you go. There's a little flap motion going on there.
Oh, they can't see it. Oh, they can. Yeah, down the
Oh, they
bottom.
just see it.
Down the bottom. Okay, so what's your plan to get that guy
Locked in.
locked in? Do you have like, I was thinking maybe you could like put like 2 hoops or something.
Huh?
Okay.
What you doing?
What you talk about, man?
But yes, no, that's cool, man. Okay, so what do you reckon? Tape, glue, what?
All of the above.
Tape, glue, and everything above. Nice.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Glue?
Oh, and another CG. What kind of biking do you do? Is it like a downhill mountain biking type thing, or
Yeah, what?
it might not be biking as in what we're thinking. It might be like motocross
True. I mean, yeah,
or sports bike even.
might be a motorbike. Yeah, could be. What do you reckon? Glue on the side of it?
Glue.
Glue it down, tape it, like epoxy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then what? Some tape. So.
You tape it to hold it there in the meantime? What sticks?
Okay. Would it be able to hold that connectivity?
Epoxy?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Where's the epoxy?
I've got that permanent stuff. Oh, but we don't know what would happen.
We know epoxy's all good. Grab epoxy.
Mountain biking.
Awesome. Very cool.
Good stuff. Have we done much mountain biking here?
Mountain biking,
Not so much. But it's not because we didn't like it, it's just we haven't had the opportunity.
yeah. But mountain biking is cool. There's a place in up here this way that people go mountain biking. A friend of ours asked us to go, but then it didn't. Just one of those things where just didn't pan out. But hey, maybe next time when they come up doing the biking thing, maybe we could go with them. That would be quite fun. Something different. But do we know how to ride a bike, Richard?
Yep, you betcha.
Yep. That's good. That's good. I think it's one of those ones. I think everybody should know how to ride a bike. Those sorts of things is a good thing. Don't want to. If you're a little kid and you don't want to stay with those trainers too long, you want to get into the real stuff. I don't think we hung around the trainer wheels too much.
Yeah,
before getting into
like
it.
5 minutes straight off those little trainer wheels when we're tiny, and
Yeah. Did we fall
No.
off? Probably not. No, it's fine.
you don't muck around with that. You ain't gonna learn anything.
Another CG says it's an expensive habit, best not to start. Yeah, nice. I guess everything's expensive, isn't it? That's the
Thanks for watching.
good side and bad side, but it's just one of those things. Yeah. But I guess you gotta, it's one of those things. You can't take your money with you, but you can spend it on things that you like. Is that what they say? Yeah.
Yeah.
You might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I enjoy it.
Yeah. I don't know who said that quote, but
I think that was paraphrased and then you adjusted.
paraphrase it for somebody else for something else not related. But anyway,
Do you think that would hold? That's all we had.
it's fine. Yeah.
It never really went off, this one. For some reason, it's always kind of like slightly sticky.
Where's
Where we got the mix from?
Where's the other stuff?
Don't know. I don't know, man.
Where's Mr. Tarzan? Where's that glue, man?
Did we use it all up?
I hope not. That's just gold.
It is actually. Do you want to use this one or no?
I'll just have a quick look around, but yeah, it might be. Otherwise just start mixing.
Okay. Yep, and if you're just joining the stream, thanks very much. We're working on the RC Eagle, which is a 3D printed plane, and currently we're streaming live on YouTube, which is where the action is, all the different camera angles and stuff's all happening over there. And of course, we're also streaming on Facebook. Thanks very much for joining in. Yeah, so we've just been chatting to another CG about the, what is it called, the X1, which is a sort of a self-tracking drone.
X1, Richard, hover. What did you say? I think you were talking about a
That's the
turbine.
X1.
Oh, yeah, X1.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
Which is what he uses for downhill mountain biking, which is pretty cool.
And once we glue this one in, what can we do after that? Somehow we got to make that fin at the top. We've got to do that. I've got the template here. That would be nice to have that in.
Oh, it's behind you, by the way, as well.
The template. Oh, yeah.
We've got this one, this stuff. You want to use that? Well, put that.
Not really. Try this stuff. We've got to use it up anyway, man.
Okay.
Otherwise, what we just use is just leave the, the tape in there for you, right? Well, she'll be right out at
Can
you.
you maybe give me like a little stick or something to mix it with?
Absolutely.
And maybe the masking tape as well. Be good.
Yeah. Masking tape, check.
And what kind of helmet do you have there, another CD? Do you have like a
For mountain biking, do they have a full
mountain
cage?
biking, full sort of chin and the top part as well? I don't know what the official term is. Basically the cool one, or the one where you just the top half and then the bottom half's just...
For street bike.
Well, when you just have the top part, it's just kind of like your face is... You're just going to rough it out.
It's not wrong, it's just...
It's not wrong. It's just, I'm sure there's different...
Take one on the chin, as they say.
Yeah. Just take one for the team on the chin. He's trying to navigate the massive drone pack over there.
Yeah, just step over it. And yeah, so what we do is we put some glue in there, and then
It claims this one's super strength.
what we want to do is try and put that rudder in. This rudder is kind of irritating at the moment. But once we get that in, then we can try and tackle this motor, because at the moment the motor is a bit loose, so we need to go and, I think, theoretically design it. I think a mount. Wasn't really happy with their design, so we'll just make it ourselves. He says a basic helmet. Hey, if it protects the head, that's the main thing. We use a basic helmet, like a street bike kind of helmet for when we're running around on the one wheel. If we're
But if we could, we'd have the full chin one.
for
Just
looks.
For looks.
Yeah.
I mean, safety's there too, but looks.
But looks are
predominantly.
more important. We once saw a guy that was running around on a street bike a couple of years ago, and he had like a normal helmet underneath, and then he had a wrap over the top. It was a thing once upon a time, and he had the Predator with the Predator dreadlocks over the top, I guess you kind of like a skin over the top of his helmet, and that looked pretty cool. I thought, wow, look at that guy, he's cool. But what about other kind of motorbike helmets? What is it kind of? There's lots of
That was the coolest.
That was the coolest one I've ever seen. Yeah. Unless I did see one once, not that long ago, but not in real life. It was kind of more of a cyberpunk thing. I thought that was.
Oh, with the lights and all that.
Yeah. And then like that LCD display comes up, so that people see. I thought that was pretty cool.
He probably can't see it all.
No, he's probably blind, but it looked cool, and that's the main thing, isn't it? Not really. No, you do got to see people, otherwise how are you going to hit a tree? Or, I don't know.
Well, the idea is to not hit this.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it wouldn't really come up in like daylight. It's the downside to it, like LEDs and this. They don't really come up as good.
No.
Is that cool? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I got some.
Tape it. What do you reckon on that
Okay,
side?
so we're just gluing this little tube inside.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Should be fine, yeah.
Nice.
So when we last left off with the tail section, we're talking about this part here, the fin vertical stabilizer.
He is a worry, that guy.
We came up with an idea of cutting it out of this first, some sort of lid or whatever. But I don't know. What do you think we should just put it in?
What do you mean?
Can we re-strengthen it somehow?
How? Can't really restrict it.
Interesting. The original one idea before that was, prior to that, we had a piece of foam. It suggested a very something like this, but a little bit thicker, but that's not available to us. So we're coming up with another idea.
You have like some hard board or something?
Cardboard.
Like a cardboard thing type thing?
If it had a very thin, like,
Just have someone to like run around behind it.
yeah, with his hand up. That's another solution.
Maybe not the best option. Yeah.
Yeah. But previous in the stream, we looked at the drone pack, which is just sitting off camera, and it was kind of a good episode to work on. A lot of controversy with that design, but the main thing is that it's getting there. The build is coming along, and the TIG welding is getting there. So I'm kind of happy with the progress. I hope you guys are enjoying the process. As I say, it's not necessarily about the final result. It's about the process that gets to that final result. Kind of, isn't it? Yeah, it's the journey, not the destination. It's the
My hands are too big.
here, use one of these. Hold it in with it.
Hang on.
You got it? Yeah. I'll just get a light.
Maybe he's swipe one of those lights. He's not using
The
it.
decapitator. What? Where did this name come? What?
Hey man,
Hey man. Hey man.
stop wrecking my dreams, man.
But yes, some people called it that, but don't worry, it won't be the decapitator when it's finished. But yes, had a lot of controversy with that one. Not sure why, but I think they're just jealous. Who knows? Could be the sheer closeness of the propellers. But don't worry, people. We'll be adding safety and all that sort of stuff. You good?
Yes.
Yep. You need more tape or you're happy? Oh, it's taking the tape off. What you doing?
I didn't do that.
Yes, the decapitator. We had many names. The decapitator
They
3000.
had different numbers, didn't it?
What is
People call it 3,000, 5,000, 10,000.
Okay, I'll bring it up a bit. Maybe you can see it. Should be able to see it from there. We'll just lift it.
from the screen.
You can see it on that screen over there.
Yeah, you can see it from both screens. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about. So that's just one engine that you can see there on that particular feed. These ones, of course, it's over there. How you see it?
Oh, over here. Yeah.
So yes, that is what we're talking about, the drone pack, which of course was the episode this week. And thanks very much, everybody and anybody who tuned in, because of course that's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. It's for enjoyment, of course.
Oh, man, this one little technical section seems to be.
I didn't think it was technical. It was
Just a bit of glue, man. But anyway, hey.
what is going on here?
There you go.
I think I got it.
The D1. Oh, it's got a class. Look at that, the D1. Sounds official right there, the D1.
The D1.
Now I bring you the drone pack, the D1. The Mark 1.
Sounds
the D1.
good.
Sounds interesting. Sounds like a proper official.
Well, the other one was called an X1. Right?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
couldn't you call it D1?
Yeah, there's nobody saying it can't. So there you go. It's
The
been-
D1.
The D1.
It does sound official, doesn't it?
Does it? It does.
You
And,
can't take that away from us.
Nobody can take that away from us. Okay, so while that glues, what you can see there is we've got a flap on, the tail
Elevator.
flap, elevator, tail, and I think what we're going to do next is put that flap, the vertical stabilizer in again.
Oh, again?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll leave this here.
Yeah, you might need it. Yeah, good point.
I was going to take it away.
Yeah.
You really want to get that in, don't you?
Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Head over to our YouTube channel and continue on. When was it? What was this one on?
Face.
Oh. Nice. There you go. So that's that one.
Got it.
Did you find something?
Nope.
No.
I put it away,
Alrighty.
which is even better.
Many ways.
Not really. The D1. What does D stand for? What does D stand for? That's the decapitate. That's hilarious. I don't think I'll be. Don't sign me up, man. Is there a one called something else more forgiving? No, it's the only option. Oh, that's good stuff. I guess it's true though, when they come up with names for like cars or you're talking about the X1 before, there's they don't really say what they derive the name from, do they? They don't normally say anyway. You just go, oh wow, it's the D1 or the X1.
Can you do that one?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Please.
I'll turn this one around.
Please.
I think that was IG.
All good?
Yeah. So the wingspan of this guy is pretty big. It's like 2 meter wingspan, I think. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it is pretty funny, isn't it?
An interesting one indeed. At D1 we say what does it say?
At D1 Cup, we say 0. Good call.
But
They always do it with infomercials, right? Like Like, they always have that girl's voice, and they're like, here are the H&R Drone Racing Show. H&R Drone Racing Show presents the D1 High Performance vehicle.
So there you go.
The Decapitator.
X1000.
X1000. We give you the Mark II.
The latest innovation.
Yeah, the latest innovation from H&R Drone Racing.
Funny.
We humbly present.
What about a spool end? What would that do?
What are you doing?
Oh, I was just looking at the spool end. Would that do the job? Like something like that. Chop that out.
For what?
Piece.
Possibly.
It might do the job. Would that do it? Maybe a big nasty hole in it, isn't it? Nasty bag is this, no? It's too thick. Okay. Right.
Well, good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to solve this problem. Solve it with.
Okay, so if you're just joining us on live stream, we are here and we are working on the RC Eagle, which is a live stream series that we're making on our YouTube channel. And of course, this is what we're building. We just moments ago installed the push rod for the elevator. We've done the Arons. The whole 3D printing plane is
Pretty much there.
80% installed and up and running. And at some point we need to get the motor specifically installed because the housing, we have to do a sort of workaround for this one. And also on the episode, we were
Deep
diving into the episode this week, which of course was the drone pack. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join in on the chat. And of course, head over to YouTube to see the full experience in multiple camera angles of what we're doing right now. So thanks
In full HD.
in full HD. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. So we're trying to work at the moment. We're trying to work on the vertical stabilizer for the back tail section. I guess you'd say. How's that going?
Maybe.
Bit of a struggle. You had it for a second there.
Yeah, nearly.
What is that part right there?
Why is it in the air like that?
It is the ugliest tail I have ever seen. What was wrong with it, by the way? I would kind of think that this part here might need to go down a bit, like straight. You know how it's hooked to the front?
Yeah.
Why on earth did they do that? I feel like you're sort of making your own tail at this point.
Yeah, probably. But what we could do is just make our own from up here like this. Just don't bother about this.
What? What do you mean?
Melt it differently.
What do you mean?
You melt it from here out.
What do you think we should do there? Another CG? What's your thoughts on how we beat this conundrum? Thanks very much for joining in, guys.
Thanks.
So yes, so this is the 3D printed plane, and it is something that will be flying on the show, hopefully sooner rather than later. Would you agree with that statement? That's the idea.
Sounds good, yeah.
What on earth are you doing?
What is it doing, man?
I don't know. Laser welder, you reckon?
Crikey.
Oh, do you mean that the drone pack? Do you laser weld the drone pack rather than TIG welding? Is that what you mean?
Oh, you could be talking about this. Laser weld this together.
I've never actually seen a laser welder. Have you? I know that you have to use, it basically, I don't think it does aluminium, does it? I think it does specifically steel, I think. But I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
Is that it like that?
It's something. Is it right?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. Okay. Sounds all good. So
But how do we keep that there?
is it going to go past it?
Oh yeah, we go past it.
Okay.
But then what do we do with that part? Oh, what we could do is we
you
could
can strengthen it in post.
we can strengthen that part. The
Like,
first
put
half.
like a you can put like a 3D printed tube up there like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's
Yeah,
good.
there might be like a. Have we got a bit of clear? We're coming up with solutions, people. Have you got a clear one? Not that one. That's bendable. I know that there's like PETG that we have lying around.
Yeah, it's around there somewhere.
Where is it? I know you're here somewhere. Be on your side, I think. Eh?
Yeah, I can get it.
The vertical stabilizer. Oh, very fancy. Laser welder.
Yeah. So if you got one lying around the shop, just send it our way. Cheers. We'll put it to work, don't you worry. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun to play
Have
with.
you actually used the laser welder? It does sound futuristic there, by the way. Laser eye. But yes, it is in fact a real thing that we're talking about.
Yep. Why did we cut this part out? Because we were struggling to put it in.
Yeah, just to get it in the first place.
Do we need to get a new piece?
Eh?
Do we need a new piece?
Why?
Well, I guess we could super glue that part in, perhaps. That's pretty much right. It just needs to be strengthened across here. We can do that in post. Anything?
Yes.
I mean, that's not going to do too much, but with a piece across there, it would.
Oh yeah, but it's still.
No, the cost, cost it down.
Yeah. The vertical speed. Interesting. This is us trying to work out how to do it.
But if you got halfway there, you got half the image done, right? If you just glue that in there like that, put something else in there afterwards. Bit of thing. Bit of like something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, no.
Yeah, you can put like a bit of dowling rod up there.
Oh, okay. I mean, the other way to do it is you could do like they do the Wright brothers type thing, like your tension wire.
Oh, tension like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
But I guess it still flicks down here a little bit, but
Yeah, but it wouldn't if that's there.
more tension rods.
Well, then you just put a strut between there and there, and a tension rod there.
Genius.
Yeah.
Either that, or if you had that that 3D printing, that filament, you could wrap it now on the outside as an edge and see how that, if it strengthens it up a bit more.
Okay.
Do you have it over that side?
I think I got one here.
We've got grey here and blue.
What colour do you want?
Clear.
Clear PLA? No.
Just clear, please.
Clear PETG?
Possibly, yeah. That should be good.
I got PLA.
That'd be right. Yeah, that's cool.
Otherwise, you can get PETG if you want.
This should be fine.
Okay.
This is what we're talking about. This stuff. All good? I think that's it.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Good stuff, eh? I guess it's lightweight, so why not go with the thing?
So
What's
this
the plan?
is recycled PLA Pro from our good sponsors KiwiFil. And as you can tell, it is clear.
No, yes. Here you
But we're going to use like a little section of it.
go.
This up there.
Okay. Oh, what do you reckon? Should we glue this in place? Go across there, and then we can start working on your part.
Well, I was just going to try it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Here you go. You good?
Yeah, it's out of the way now. So what are you gonna do?
Well, I was just thinking maybe take off a piece, right?
Okay.
And use it for like a guide.
Yep, sure. I think it's the
Let
part
it go.
that... Sorry.
Why would you do that?
Like that. What do you reckon?
Is it better?
No, it's stronger. Yeah.
You want some more?
Oh, we will do. But first we got to tack this in place.
Okay.
Once this is tacked in place, then we can start working it. All right.
Nice. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so what are you going to do with that? Are you going to use that particular glue or the epoxy? Which one?
I mean, super glue.
Yes. Which one are you going to do?
Super glue, probably. Oh, is it going to work on it?
Yeah,
Epoxy probably would work on
somewhat
it.
work on that.
Okay. We'll use epoxy then.
Okay.
Oh, that one could probably change it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining in. Head over to our YouTube channel and continue on enjoying.
Mix up some more glue, I guess. Do you like epoxy, Richard?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I guess I like epoxy better than I like super glue. Safer and not so dangerous to be around. All right. So either way, we hope you're having a great weekend. And yeah, we appreciate you guys all tuning in on this weekend to spend time with us. That's cool.
Yeah.
This particular build is taking longer than we expected to take. Anticipated, yes, for sure. But I guess it's one of those things. No point complaining about it. Might as well just get it done, right?
Yeah.
And then I guess we can field test it. Oh no, my vertical stabilizer dropped off. Oh, typical. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't. Well, not straight away anyway. You can do it later on.
That one doesn't link, no.
What's that one for?
It doesn't do the yoke shear.
Oh, well. Do you reckon you can lift this one up with you? So I can do the back? Underside version?
You reckon?
Do you reckon you can lift it up so I can go underneath?
Sure.
Just do it after it.
There you go. The other thing we could do is we could test the...
What?
We could test the Arons to see if how they're responding.
Well, they were working pretty good last time.
Yeah, but that was... I don't think we tested them inside the actual... with the movements, with these cables here.
Oh, you mean turn the connector on or whatever. Sure.
I guess it's not really a thing. You have to do that.
I certainly can. You think it's a good idea?
It does look better with a stabilizer there, doesn't it?
I think so. Okay. I suppose we better put a bit of tape on that one to hold it in.
It's probably a good idea, right?
Yep, just holding there. And what do you reckon? Do you think it needs a bit of something at the front?
Possibly.
Maybe we could do that with not using glue. Tacky glue that stuff. Doesn't bond that quickly though. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's a long time, especially in this cold. It's quite cold at the moment, so that'll take longer. But anyway, hopefully it does bond.
Yeah, that's the idea.
All right, move that out of the way.
That's a tic-tac. And thanks everyone for joining in on our live stream. We're on YouTube at the moment, and we are making an RC Eagle, and we'll continue on with the build. And we've just been gluing the rear stabilizer to the rudder, and so far so good.
What do you reckon? Should we put like a bit like that? Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could go all the way up to here if you wanted, all the way in one piece.
Or would you do it with glue or something?
Don't know. Could you do it with tape, like clear tape? If you have some clear tape, we could do it.
Diamond tape?
Diamond tape, yes. That might be a good idea. And how's everybody enjoying the stream? Hopefully we are. After that's what's all about. Is Dan still with us? Dan and Marcel? How's their party going? Because they've got the FPV tiny whoop.
Yeah, the whoop.
Whooping the in city, I think. Yeah. How's that going? Any luck, eh? Okay. Right. And thanks everyone for joining in. Awesome. Thanks. I'll just check to make sure everything's working. You can send us a thumbs up or something just to make sure it's all going. It's hiding, is it? I guess we're going to wait for that glue to dry anyway, so. No harm done. We can do that at a later date.
Okay, so what about that motor mount then?
I mean, I can still cut you a piece.
Oh,
It's ready. Okay. Radio. What would we need to do next? We need to attach that motor. Would be one to attach.
That'd be a nice one to get done here.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess rotate it around and then, yeah.
Would you move everything around?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you probably wouldn't be using that one. What do we need to do?
Thinking. Whoa! Man, it's massive.
If we could get that that motor housing on,
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
would be cool. So, for the people out there, this is what we're going to work on next. Talk about that motor mount. Right in there.
You can't really see anything here.
You can't see anything?
Well, you can
Well,
see
we'll,
how-
we'll get it out in a minute, but can imagine. How does it stay in there?
At the moment, it's just sitting in free space.
Yeah.
It's free to a good aim at the moment.
Okay.
So I guess you could bolt that sucker onto it.
Make it like a
Heat
cone
on
week,
it.
cone week.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much for joining in, dude. Have a great one. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Peace. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Just make a big cone on the front of it. Because you already got the sizing right there, right?
Yeah.
So the outside one is the sizing. Right? That would be the way I'd do it. Oh, man. You make a circle, right?
Well, if you get it right, it's not going to touch the side.
No, but the actual thing on the inside, if you look. If you just use the actual brace that's already there.
Yeah. This bolt
Nothing
onto
is
that.
straight on that, but if we just use it as a circle, right?
Yeah.
Then that way it's already pushed onto it, and then you just go bigger than that.
So just like a
cone.
conal shape.
Cone, yeah.
Yeah. So like
So you just do a cone spin. So it goes flat and then go cone.
Yeah. It's good.
I think.
Sounds good. We could do that. We could do that. Yeah.
Can we do that?
Of course we can. We'll just take it out and have a look to show what we are going to be working on. I guess we should start designing it in a second.
We're talking about this guy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wait. So this is the guy that we are working on, and this one here is the 2320 from Hobbywing Skywalker 1100 kV. The people out there wanting to know what kind of motor. And the interesting thing is that the mount that would normally go on this one isn't going to work with this particular design. They must have had a very particular design when they designed this plane. That's okay, we'll just adapt it and just make our own design. Maybe those guys might want to see. Very closer angle.
So look at it here. This motor here, which is this.
Yeah, maybe that camera as well.
All the angles.
Yeah, there you go. So you can see which.
Yeah, that one. You can see it. It's from good sponsors, Hobbywing. Skywalker. Luke Skywalker. So
Jedi Knight.
and fellow to the
I think we could get that done, yeah.
yeah. So if you use that as a diameter,
Yeah.
right, and then you can go up from there diagonally. I was thinking like that. What do you reckon? Any
Yeah.
thoughts?
It's good.
I think it's a good plan.
It's a great
It's
plan.
it's a plan. So I guess if you need to know what the size is further back a bit, so
Yeah.
you could work out like at least roughly where the we write some dimensions down. We can do that now. So on the front, it'd be like that. So we're just working this out in real time.
And we've got the, oh, you got the roller here.
So you'd be like that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Maybe half, and then you can see. So you need to know the half and diameter of that. What's that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Should be like that kind of thing.
From one side to the other.
Yeah, full size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that? It's 42.
Let's do some math.
42
It's a
diameter.
42.
Yeah, 42 diameter.
So half of 42 is. So we got, obviously half of 30 is 20. But
Go 41 if you want.
you can go 21.
40. Go. You go 41. Oh, but if you go 42, then it's okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah. Mount that one to that one and that one to that one.
Okay.
Should be
So
perfect.
radius, okay, and then you need to work out the distance.
Yep.
Okay.
And then how far do you want to go back? I guess if you go the length of that pipe.
At least.
Yeah. That's it there, right? Can't go anymore.
Yeah. So if we go back on that pipe to like, what do you want to come back to his head? Back here? Or
Well, if you go that far,
40? What do you think?
a bit like there, kind of thing. Where this the purple goes to blue, do you think?
About there?
Yeah, what do you
it's
reckon?
about 40. So back 40, yeah.
Sure.
And then.
And then we're going to go and design it in a second, guys.
And then what do you sort of reckons the circumference is? A diameter, sorry.
If you got like oh here, use this. Shove that in there. Snap it at the diameter, and then you're working it. And you can measure this afterwards. Put that in the hole, and then snap it afterwards at the height, at the length. And then just measure the length, and we'll get the diameter of that. And then it'll be all good. Might as well go. Pretty accurate. If we don't know what it is, just keep cutting that one until it gets the job done. Happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, happy days. Okay, so we'll do it to that.
What do you think of that line that goes down there?
If it's circular, it should be fine.
So it's like 60, right? Is that 60? Is that 60?
Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Appreciate it.
67. So half of that is.
There's a lot of hearts coming in there.
Thanks very much, everyone.
33.5.
So we're doing the math at the moment to work out this new design that we're going to be making up on our YouTube channel. So you can join in so you can see all the different angles coming in.
The
And
calculation.
see what we're doing with the CAD design and stuff like that. So we'll be working on that very shortly. And then all going well, we'll put it on the 3D printer and then we'll print it out on this live stream and ambitiously
Install
install it.
it.
I don't know if that's possible, but
We'll give
in
it a
terms of the time frame, but it's definitely possible in general.
yeah. Sure.
You know what I mean? Okay, so we did our calculations,
Please.
and we're probably gonna have to do some alterations at some point once we
Yeah.
play with it. And then you'll also have to add in those extra bore holes.
Whee. Sounds good.
Exciting. Okay, so we're gonna adjust things around. Remember, if you want to see the full HD experience, remember to jump in on our YouTube channel at the moment, and you can see different angles and you'll be able to get to see what's happening on the CAD design that we do very shortly. Okay, so we've got some.
So what we do is jump up to that camera, load that one up, and then that one.
He can move backwards.
He can move over to here.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and we'll move this table back.
Move this and turn this guy around. Well, and it's quite a big guy. He's about 2 meters wingspan. 3D printed eagle plane.
Yeah.
And there you go. Is what we're making. And yeah, we'll just move this one over to here, and we're going to start designing it.
Yeah. You put that on. Okay. Just to tidy up as we go. Keep that one.
And then we're getting into the digital world. Okay. Move this one back.
Then periodically, then back to the real world. And then
Funny.
Okay, so I'll grab my notes that I did all the calculations and things. Oh, not that one. Alright. Thanks for the hearts there, dude. I'll bring it over here so you guys can see. He's just hammering those buttons. Good stuff, man. All good. Alright.
See if this one loads up.
Hopefully it does. Can you move this one? Maybe change the screen on that one, I think. Oh, I'm in the way of the camera.
Yeah, we're good. Yep, loaded. Yep, no problem.
Okay, I think we need to bring... Oh, just change the screens around a second. Oh, hey, yep. Take it off there?
Yeah, take it off that one. Leave it on that. Leave that melt there, and then just take it off.
This one.
But yes, we're just swapping these guys around in a minute. Crikey. Get it going, man. All good? All right, let's change the screen over. Cheats. Flash golf. Oh, nice. What does that mean? I'm sure what that means. It means something. Yeah, there you go. Interesting stuff. Okay, so we're going to switch this camera over, did you? And then we'll get into the designing aspect of this watch.
Do we need to have the highlight in there?
Yeah, that should be right. You can worry about that afterwards.
Right.
Just save it to the thing if you want. Just save it to the basic.
Okay.
Need this. Wait,
Okay, does it come up on the screen?
let's see if it comes up on the screen. There you go. There you go. Good job. Yep. Okay, so here we are on one of our favorite softwares, digital software that we use quite a lot. And yeah,
Okay. Can you change the screen again?
sure.
No, the other one.
Which one? What was one?
You were grabbing it from that screen.
Oh, hang on. Nope, not that one. That one. That's the
These two.
Yeah, it's the one. Cheers. Okay, so we're going to start doing some designing in a second. And once which is sorted with the camera, focus. You good with the camera, Tim?
That one's a bit right. We'll turn that off.
It was blowing you out.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cheers. Don't know what that does. Anyway.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
I've got to go. I was just having fun. Oh, cheers, man. Thanks.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, it's all good, man. So what we'll be doing is we'll be carrying on over on our YouTube channel. Appreciate the support.
Yeah, awesome. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what we're going to do is we're going to design this one. So what we do is to start doing the extrusion. What's your channel? Yeah, H plus Drone Racing. Just the same name as our
The icon at the top.
icon at the top. Just exactly the same name as that. That's the one. We make. What are we making this week? This week we were making a wearable DIY jetpack, or we dubbed it the drone pack, and we're doing this live stream where we did a bit of a deep dive early in the stream, and then on this stream we carrying on doing a bit more on the eagle that we're making. We do this, do a live maybe once a week. Would you say?
Yeah. We're pretty consistent like that, and it's a 3D
Cheers.
printed plane.
Harmon says, thanks man, thanks for joining the stream. Where are you from? We're from New Zealand, the place to be.
Arguably.
Arguably, I don't know, from a biased point of view, but hey, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good.
And currently we're about to do some CAD designing for a motor mount to go into this RC Eagle, which is what we're working on behind us here.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh, check it out. Oh, cheers man, sounds cool, thanks.
Yeah, just follow the links.
Follow the links and all that,
Type it
I'm
in.
sure you can work it out. You're the master, for sure.
Okay, so what do we need to do to work this out? Okay.
And this is the motor that we're running on this guy. I'll just put onto this camera for a second. And from our good sponsors, Hobby Wing. Cheers, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. And Richard, maybe you can hold up to that one there. Yep, that's where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we have to do. We're going to attach effectively a nose cone onto it.
Yeah, how are you going to do it? Are you going to do the extrusion from one plate and then come back? Are you going to do it like that? Like do one circle and then do another circle and then extrude the two, or are you just going to do it or a spherical extrusion? How are you going to do it?
I'm going to try this.
Oh, yeah, the old school way. Oh, you do it from the side. Why not? Good thing about this technique is that you can do it this way, and then you can get all the everything that you want added into it as you do it.
Well, sort of. Some things.
Some things.
So 35.5, 20, what is that?
21.
That is wrong. What was I calculating, man? Okay, we don't want that.
Start again.
Just ignore what you just saw. That never happened. All good, eh?
No, I'm not sure why it said that.
We don't know everything on that particular media platform. 1, yep, and then 40. These are rough estimates that we're making for this because
Not sure what's going on there. Who knows? But yes, thanks so much for tuning in to the stream. But yes, yeah, we had it work on this one, and if you want to see the full experience, what we're doing on the computer, head over to our YouTube channel.
okay. And at the moment, I'm going to attempt to use a revolve tool. So instead of say extruding in a vertical plane, I can do that. It's just a normal regular. So this kind of thing, we don't want that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's not what we want. We want this one, I think. We want to revolve around that one.
So yeah, we want to hit the revolve and then we pull it around.
Well,
Away we go.
I remember to do it.
360. That'll be done.
There you go. Look at that. So it's in all intents and purposes a cone. You're like, what?
Not quite sure what it's saying there, but I don't know. Maybe TikTok is throwing a bit of a spaz today. Who knows? It's always playing up. That's okay. It's New Zealand TikTok for you. Hey. But anyway, hopefully they sort their side out when they can get to that. Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers,
you can
guys.
just close it down.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll close that one down. If you want to see more, head over to our YouTube channel. We are designing a stabilizer for this 3D printed Eagle. And this is the one that we're making.
Okay.
And you can kind of see what we're doing. But yeah, if you want to see more,
42. Yep, that's right.
yeah, head over to our channel. Cheers, guys.
42, and then
Which one is it? That one?
and that's 40. That's also correct. And we're also working on the 30. No, that's not it. 67. Yes, that's right. Okay, so we've got our dimensions that are correct. And of course, if you're looking at the screen, it doesn't make much sense. But what's actually happening is this particular motor here, it's sort of like a reverse motor in many ways. So it's kind of like modular motor design. So effectively, it's going to go on that nose piece, as it were. That's the idea. So we're going to have to allow for the spindle head, and we're going to add some little bore holes as well. So that way we can screw
Melt
into
it.
Melt it.
Yeah.
And do we need a way to bring the
bolts on?
No, I was thinking the power cables through. Was it?
Oh yeah, we'll need to add that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're fine for that.
No, we'll need to add a bore hole for that.
Okay. Okay, so in theory, this actually should be quite a quick little
design.
Do you know what the bore holes are, or should we just?
I was just
read
seeing
them
if it
off?
had a schematic.
But it won't be because it's from that. Yeah.
True.
I think we added it ourselves. Or did it come with it?
I think it came with it. Very cool.
So I'm adding a plane. That's what that weird square-looking thing is. We'll probably just work it out now here.
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah, I'm just looking where the propeller was. The nut and the propeller need those. Yeah, let's do the calculations as we do it. And the one that we're playing with is Hobbywing Skywalker. Where's that?
It is a 2320, 1100.
Designed for airplanes,
PV.
so it's, was it 3S?
I believe so.
I think so.
20.
I did the calculation before, it's been a while, so hopefully it'll be about that, I think.
What do you reckon, like a 24.5 maybe?
Maybe I'll do the calculations, you can do that.
24.5 is it?
Yeah, 24.5 should be fine.
What about from the center? Do you know how far it is from the center?
Oh, what size hole bit?
Yeah, from the offset there. Oh, I guess it's just half of it,
It's,
right?
it's just a circle. So just start it with a circle. Oh, what are you going to do?
Oh yeah, what was from the center borehole out? What's that? No, I just put a circle on it.
Well, if you're going from one circle to the next circle, you can do it that way. Which way do you want to do it?
I need to know where one circle is.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So from the center
Yeah.
to the middle of that circle would be...
Yep. Oh, yes.
Yeah, 17. I was going to say 17. 17.3.
17.3. Okay. So that's that to that dimension there. Okay. And then what's so that's from the centerpiece there.
Yep.
And then
Yeah, go for it. Put a circle there. Away you go. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah. So,
Yep.
Away you go.
What do you
Put a
do?
circle at that point.
circle. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe you don't need it then.
Oh, you don't really need it, I guess.
No. Not really. Now what's the sort of bore size you reckon?
To fit that hole?
Yeah. Like 2, 3? It's what the thread would be. I think it'd be like a 3mm, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so 2.
2.5 or something?
Yeah, no, just go 2 and then we can use different type of bore hole.
Okay. So there's 1?
Yep.
And is it just 4 corners?
4 corners, yeah, all the way around.
Okay. I think it was an offset of 17.3, right? Yeah. So that would be 17.3 and so forth.
90 degrees, yep. And then what's the difference between that line there and that line there? You can check that.
Yep, I will do.
Yeah, once you've done that.
Which one?
What's the difference between that hole and that other hole?
This whole now.
Yeah, that's good.
24.47 millimeters?
4.25.
24.47. 24.47? Pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, could be. 24, 25, it's in between there somewhere. Got it? And you just
It's
revolve it.
disappeared on me. 24.3, 17.3.
$17.3, you're onto it. All right, so there you go, guys. It might not look like much, but what we're actually doing is we are making the
You can turn it off.
actual piece that is needed to get that job done.
Okay, so we've got 2 millimeters here. 2 millimeters there.
How are we going to do that? Once we extrude in, how are you going to do the bolts to go into that side?
That's okay, because you bolt in from the top.
All the way through?
Yeah.
Big
Bolt
long
the whole
bolts?
thing and then slide the whole thing.
We could do it that way, yeah, and then put an extrusion the other way. Why not? We could do that, yeah.
I just extrude down.
Okay, we do a center hole bore.
Okay, what's that one? This is to hide the shaft, guys.
Yeah, so it's just point to it for the people out there that want to know.
That shaft at the back there.
Yep. Okay, we just do that. We want to have a bit of clearance, so I'd say a good solid 11 mils would do it.
11 millimeters.
Oh, hang on, I'll double check. No, 10 mils is fine. That's right on it, so 10.5. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do 11.
I guess there's no harm in
No,
going
11
slightly.
width.
Yeah, diameter. Yeah, it's fine.
That's how big it is. 11 millimeters wide. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's from the outside one. That's that first step, right?
First step, yeah.
Yeah, and how far do I extrude down? I can do that now.
Oh, that one will go all the way. But those ones will all go all the way, right?
Why?
So they're going to go all the way through. Do they? Yes, because you're going to be putting them in from the back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because this will cap on the end like that, and then you put the bolts in.
But you could with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it depends how you're doing it. Because with this, you could technically bolt on to the top of it, right? Screw down, like that. Then take the whole thing and then go in. Can it fit in through the back there? Can it?
Yeah, I think so.
So you could do it that way as well.
Okay. Oh, well, either way, you got that rod through, so that's good. And that'll let air through, so that's fine. So you just make little holes, and then we'll bolt down on it. then.
Unless you want to do it the other way.
Oh, there's no reason why we can't do it the way you just did. Yeah, we'll do it that way. So just
If
like,
you do it the other way, it means you're bolting back in, right? Yeah. So you have to watch.
we'll have to be threaded. That's fine, we can do that. Okay, so punch through, and then are you going to punch through with a bolt? So you can put like a bolt on those things?
A bolt.
Because you can put like a nylon nut
On that. Coming in from the other
Well, you
side.
can go this way and then nylon that way.
Okay.
No, it's fine. You can do it.
You can. Okay, I'll go all the way then, because it won't matter.
No.
And then you want to pull back on it, and then I guess you can just elect to choose later on. You have to do an offset circle though.
Yeah. Or do you want to do it that way, or do you want to just extrude in and then find a bolt that will fit, and then we'll just tap it in
Oh, you mean put an insert
from this
thread?
side? Well, that's one way. No, one way of doing it is you can tap it this
because
way.
we do have those threads
3
there.
mils. 3 mils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh no, but just pull those through, and because they're at 2.5s, right?
No, they're at 2.
Okay, 2 is fine. And then yeah, just pull them through. And
Wait,
then
did
what?
you want it 2.5?
If you go 3, you can pull it through. If you what we're talking about, by the way, is the sizing for this guy. We're just debating about whether we pull it in from one way or we pull it in from the other one.
So one option is to add heated threaded inserts and melt them in here, and then add your bolt in from this side into it.
Yeah.
The other option is to attack it from this side, screw it all the way down to.
I use threaded insert. That'd be good. Yeah.
I think so.
Let's do
I
it.
mean, that's effectively holding the whole aircraft on it. Though.
It should be fun too.
Well, it doesn't have to be,
So,
unless you want to bolt onto something.
unless you can bolt the whole piece, you put a bolt all the way through. We'll just pull through on that, and I'm going to have a look to see if there's just something just sitting here that we could use. How long is it? Does it need to be?
So like 40 millimeters.
It doesn't really need to be that long.
So there's your holes at the moment that we're talking about. Do we need a place for the actual the power lines to go as well?
Yep. That's a good idea. Effectively, what we're doing is we're designing a wedge to go in there.
Yeah, we're designing the motor mount. So at the moment it looks very conal shaped, which is fine, I think. You won't be able to do it, you'll probably make it in what, like PET sheet, do you think? I think so.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be like super duper.
I mean, technically that could be it, and maybe just add an extra a spline line effectively.
You could use something like this too. Something like that. How long is
Okay,
it?
so how thick is that?
How long? Oh, this one is, say, 2.5. So it's a 3. This is the 3.
Do you want me to add threes?
How long is your one? How long is your one?
They,
From one edge to the other?
so I'm just using the
Yeah, sure.
calipers, 40.
40? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's exactly the same. So what we could do is we could put another circle on the outside and extrude back in a bit, just to give it, so we get a bit more tightness.
So from the outside in,
Yeah, from
Yeah,
the other
okay.
end.
from the opposition.
Yeah.
And at the moment it's a 2.
Can we enlarge that one to, say,
Yeah. So what?
3? And then we could put a 3 through it.
1.5.
It fits the hole at 3. So, big long one, not necessarily not needed for the length, but that's fine. Okay, pop it then.
So you want it as a like
3.5?
3.5.
Oh, just 3 is good. And you want a bit of clearance, right? 3.2? 3.2 is good. Right, yeah. 1.6 radius. All right, cool. But yes, this is software that we're using for the people out there who haven't used this software. This is, of course, DSM, the place to be. And also we use Fusion. We use Fusion as well, but mainly using Fusion for CAM software. We just like the DSM because we use it a lot. For us, it's very close to what we learned on, which was SolidWorks. It's quite a good software. Don't you think?
Yes.
We've got it at 3.2 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. If in doubt, what we could do is we could re-drill it. But ideally, it's not.
So the reason why.
Oh, was that the big one?
Oh yeah, that's 1.6. So, yeah. Whoa. So the reason why we're making it a little bit bigger, for those people watching, is because of course, if it's 3.2, you've got to allow for the plastic because there's always a little bit of shrinkage and stuff like that. So the bolts are going to be 3mm, but we need to allow for the varying changes when it 3D prints out. And what kind of offset do you want to come down on?
Oh yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we should go down. And what size do you reckon?
Just add a plane to it.
I'll just check that.
Yeah, what sort of? At the moment it's 40, by the way.
Well, if we put the nylock nuts on the outside, like on this end, like this, which if we put the nylocks on that side and we're coming through on that other end,
Right.
that would be the easiest way.
Yeah.
That way we can get a grip on those nylock heads. Pretty sure what we'll do.
Check out this part here.
Yep. So what we'll do is we'll do it around that way, in the reverse direction. So we need to extrude back in. What size? You want to know?
At the moment we're at 40mm.
Okay, so on the back end you want to change that to 6 is the official one number, so says 7.
7, and then what's the diameter of those things?
No, that is the diameter. Diameter is 7.
Oh, okay.
Diameter 7. Well, technically 6, but it will, you know
Whatever the
what?
clearance.
Yeah.
So 7, yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to extrude back in once which is ready, and we're going to extrude back in. You said it was 40, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, ready to go.
Say.
So we're just making that extra sort of offset thing. Allow for the length of the bolts. Okay. Yep, ready to go.
Say 10.
Come back in 10. So if that makes sense to everyone,
That makes sense to me.
It makes perfect sense to us.
Hang on, we'll just double check that. Again.
Done quite a fair few of these type things before in the past now. So there we go. So motor goes on the front here and clips on there. Bolts going through there, and they go down, 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 down to the back, which is inside the. We're inside the fuselage now, and these bolts are going to go in here, and we've go down.
Oh, maybe we need to go more.
And they'll come down to allow for the heads of the bolts.
Instead of going down 10, can you come back to about, like, say...
So I've gone down 10, you want me to pull back?
Yeah, just undo what you did and come back to, actually 7 or so. Because I don't want to go too far forward and then now, yeah, we're going to get
gone down 10, I'll pull back, what? Like...
Say... 8.
I can pull back
Yeah,
up
just go back to 8. So take out about 2 mils or so. Go back towards us 2 mils. Yep.
So at the moment you're...
Yep.
8.
Sweet.
You want it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So is there anything else that we need to add?
Yes, you need to add a cable tether. Well, where the motor cables go through.
So this is the last piece for this particular design. Is this one. This cable here.
Yep.
So, oops, sorry.
It's okay.
And that's going to run along the top, is it?
In the middle section of one of them.
Okay.
So go back to the other side. No, the other side. That one. Click on that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, this one. Click on there, and then halfway between that.
So between these two, here and here.
Yeah, perfect. Put a plane, and then do that.
Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter how much you take out. A wedge.
Yep.
So between there and there.
Yeah, sounds good. Right in the middle. That's good. And we need a circle of, say...
Oh, did you want me to do that as a consecutive run along with? You know, like to follow that service line along.
No, just drill straight. Pretty fun.
Make a square.
No, just do a circle. It's fine. Just do another.
If you do a circle, then it's...
Yeah,
Oh, I guess it
doesn't matter.
Because you're going to poke it through.
Yeah, so that's fine. So
you have to make it quite wide because you're going to put all these through it.
Oh, yeah. You can't push them through individually, though, can you? 1, 2, 3.
No.
10. 10's good.
Like that?
Yep.
Doesn't matter about the extra?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So like that, and then poke that through.
Yeah, I think so.
Like that.
Yeah.
Happy?
What's the distance of that diameter of the actual circle? That's it. What's the diameter of that circle? The big circle, the full circle.
The diameter of it?
Yeah, just measure it, please. Yeah, that circle. Yeah, that one.
It'd be pretty hard to find now.
Just click that one.
It's not going to be a simple case because you got to hold it.
Huh.
Yeah, 42.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Cool. So we should be good, right?
2, and the distance between one circle and the other circle, the little fellas?
We should be like 17.3 or something.
No, from one all the way across. From there to the other side, yeah.
34.6.
Yep, so. Yep, so.
All good?
So we'll go across there. And the middle circle, what's that one?
11.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's what we designed, people. I think that should do it. How long is that? 40 centimeters. Yep. That's what we designed.
Okay.
So that's it. I guess what we do now, I guess, is Should we put it onto print, Richard?
Yeah.
First
So what do
of
you think,
all,
guys?
What do you guys think? Let us know. But either way, that's what's going to be printed out, and the idea is that we'll mount that one successfully in the nose of the bird. The bird. Okay. While Richard saves it, I'll just jump over the screen while Richard does that, and then what we can do next is we're going to get the SD card while Richard does that. It should be just save there, sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. At the very least, what we can do is we can just have it on print, Richard.
Oh yeah. Okay. What is it? Eagle motor.
Eagle motor mount. Wilkinson's joined the stream. Oh, hey man, how you been? He says, hey guys, what's happening? Hey dude. We have just been, once Richard's finished what he's saving, you want to save?
I just saved. I haven't put it on the SD check.
No, you just saved it at SDL, right? You all saved? If you're happy with it, I'll just show you what we've been doing. But yes, the Eagles behind us, we've got a tail fin that we added on this live stream so far. And we also enabled the servo so we will have up and down tail flapping action. And we have been looking at the drone pack. You all good? I'll bring it up in a second. I'll pick it up. You all good? Yep. Okay, so I'll just bring you back over so we can show what we've just been designing live. Which one is that one? Yes. So we just designed this part live. Looks good. What is it for, you might be asking? It is for this piece here. It is a motor that will be spinning in the front of the nose of this Eagle 3D printed plane, and effectively we'll be mounting that piece onto the top of that one.
Yeah. So going to like that, if you can imagine.
Yeah, and that part there, that whole big disc will be situated in the front of the nose of the Eagle. If that makes sense.
It'll be it won't be noseless no more.
No. And this is the Eagle. So you know what's happening. Well, Richard's opening the next program that we'll be jumping into in a second. And this is where it's going to be going. It's going to be going on the nose of that guy. And yeah, and the flap's looking good at the tail. Maybe not, but you can kind of see that. Hang on, I'll just tilt up like that. So it's drying at the moment, but there's a fin there at the top. And yeah, that's what's been happening. I think it's just kind of drying, I think. See there. And Walker says, cool. Oh, cheers, man. Thank you.
Should I close it down?
Yeah. Well, you've already saved it at STL, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Just open up the other program. And this is the drone pack, by the way. We do have it here with us. I'll just lift it up so you can kind of see what's going to be happening. And yeah. Are we clear, Richard? I think I'm clear. It's so big. Hang on. So there it is there. There's the pack.
So effectively this goes on my back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so we've got plenty of parts that we need to finish on it. But you can kind of see the scale of this project.
Yeah, so that's 26 inches.
What's a normal size propeller? We'll pick up a normal size one right there. There's the 10 centimeter. Yeah, a lot bigger, a lot bigger. And yeah, I'm quite pleased how the project is coming along. Lots to do, of course, but you know, it's one of those things. And how's Wilkinson been? Hopefully he's been well and doing what he does best.
Sick gaming.
That's what it's at. So yeah, Wilkinson goes by another name, Mega Dream 356, or was it 8?
It doesn't matter because you can check out his name on YouTube, which is the tag Wilkinson at the moment.
Oh yes. So just follow his links, guys. He's pretty good at what he does and making good progress. Cheers, man. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a new program. Okay, so this is a new program just before we jump into the next program. This is a program that we use when we're getting it ready to put onto a 3D printer. with FDM printing specifically. And what does FDM stand for, Richard? I think it's
Filament.
I'm not sure exactly. I know people Google it out there, whatever that means. But anyway, it's pretty much like a hot glue gun. Yeah. Got a question? Yeah, about the drone pack? Yep, far away. We're all ears. For sure.
Why are you making it? What on earth?
Why would you want to make it?
Why on earth would you want to make something like that?
I don't know. That could have been the question.
That's probably it.
Are we going to make it on the K1? Yes. Okay. Yeah, but far away, there's questions. It's all good. Okay, so the program that we're running is, what is this program?
Creality Print.
Yeah, so that's what we're running this character on. And what's all that? No, sure. It's fine. Okay, so there you go. So we've just enabled it on the K1, which is a printer.
So if you're not familiar, this is on 3D printers. This is what they call the print bed. You can tell it's the front because for some reason they have put little fingerprints there.
I guess it's just to illustrate.
But
you don't want to put your fingers on that when it's hot.
Absolutely not. But this would be your axes. So that they always do that on everything.
Oh, 3D designing and in the 3D printing world.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we just brought this in, and what are we going to make it out of? What material?
We're going to use generic. No, we're not going to use that one.
PTG.
Yeah, this one. Something a bit stronger.
And what kind of percentages are we looking at, Richard?
That is a good question.
What, 30%? Nah. More?
I was going to say. Oh,
it's quite thick.
We're going to do a grid or no?
Nah, do adaptive.
So that's just.
So that's the type of strength. The
way it prints.
Yeah, the style of the infill. So there's different types of shape.
So 100% infill would be the equivalent of like a complete
Solid.
cast. Like if you're casting a motor part,
Yeah.
like in sand casting,
Yeah.
it would be 100%.
Oh yeah. What it says, is it going to be a seat handhold or straps to fly the drone pack, Richard?
Well, effectively, yeah, like a strap system.
Yeah, so probably like a
backpack.
Yeah, like a backpack, but except the difference is you got to have leg straps. You're going to have
A 5-point harness.
Well, what
Like a jet ejection seat.
But you don't wear those things.
You're not ejecting from it.
No, so like it'll be a mix between it's straps on your back. So have the leg straps. It'll have pretty much just like what you're wearing climbing gear. Yeah, if you can imagine. Except the only difference is if you're doing say like a forward rappel descending like that, then you would also have the shoulder part. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. People have done the seat thing quite a lot, sitting on it and those sorts of things. So we wanted to go in a different direction. We wanted to go into the, like a flying car. That was quite popular at the start of this year. There was a couple of companies that came out with...
Like go-kart, but instead of having wheels, you have a propeller.
Yeah. And some of our great sponsors, T-Motor,
Which of
provided...
course help out with that.
Oh, help out with that, the drone pack. They supplied most of those companies with their motors, so big thumbs up to them.
Absolutely.
Couldn't do without you guys. But in this particular case, we're using Hobbywing, which is another great sponsor of our channel
For this particular build.
for this particular build,
For the Eagle.
for the Eagle. But we do run there a big giant VTOL motor for our winter
As well.
Yeah. What are we looking at?
I was just pointing.
Oh, okay. Okay, sweet. Okay, so we're
So
gonna.
what's the infill? You
oh,
avoided the topic.
Let's do 30%.
What do you guys reckon?
30%.
I'd say 15%. I mean, technically you could do it with 15%, but I mean, how heavy does it want to be?
We don't want to get too heavy.
Would 15% hold them?
Should be. It suggested the original motor mount was just like a little fella.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're going way past that. That was like,
That was years ago.
we printed it out and we left that diagram behind.
Yeah.
20%? 20%. No, it's 30% of the time. It works every time. 30%.
We don't want to go too much heavier than 30%. So I think 30%.
So 25 then.
Okay, 25.
25.
But yes, what we're talking about is the strength to weight ratio is what we're talking about.
We want the strength, hence the reason why we're using PETG for this, but we don't want
The weight.
The weight.
So
yeah.
we'll find out if we made the right decision. We could always reprint another one, but it's just a bit of a hassle. We don't really want to do that. Make it once, and then you don't make a mistake. Design it once.
Make it again.
No. Change it, modify it slightly, but don't reprint it.
Never ever.
Only if you have to. Oh, Walker says, so you're strapped into it. No handbars or seat. No. There might be some
some hand
race. Thingies. Mounts. To do it from that side. That's just for mounting purposes of controls and those sorts of things. But generally speaking, no, that's That's
the whole point.
Right? A jetpack is a jetpack, right? Yeah. Well, a drone pack, but just a picture. Sean Connery flying around the air. Do we have a picture of Sean Connery flying around the air?
I could probably get one.
Okay, hang on. We'll just change that camera. There you go. But in New Zealand, has there ever been other than us, has there ever been anybody else that attempted such a thing?
Yep.
Yeah, there was one other guy. It was a few years ago. He did it before there was confirmed flight controllers and those sorts of things. What was his name? Oh, we did meet the guy.
Jetman. Jet
Martin jetpack. Martin jetpack, I think it was. Yes. We did get to meet the guy. He seemed pretty cool. But he was kind of ahead of his time. The technology wasn't there yet. It was a few years ago.
Stream back.
Hey, we got it. Oh, so yeah, we'll just bring up.
He actually does it twice. This is
we're talking about
a
a 007. Hang on. Yeah.
So, yeah,
hang on,
so
one.
you can see, there
There you go.
you go. Up
There
you
you
go. Up into there. Look at that.
Yeah, so going along those themes. We've actually seen 2 jetpacks in real life.
Actually flying.
Actually flying. Oh, yeah, one actually flying. And
This one actually did as well.
This one did work to a degree, yeah. Very cool. So your hands are not used. I guess technically for the controls. Controls are, but pretty much just, you can kind of imagine the hands would be there, but in this case it would be on the remotes. Yeah. Because it's working from the remote control for sure.
Hey, look, if you go down, it's us, look.
Hey, it's us. Hey, look, we feature on YouTube. What is that? Hey, it's Google. Oh no, Bing. There you go. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
We're featured beside Sean Connery. Shout out to ourselves right there.
That's
cool. How close is that to 007? Oh, that's one away. It's right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No.
We're
not going to
go up a little bit,
bit.
Richard. Up a little bit. The camera can't see it. Keeps going up. There, that's us. Point of picture.
This guy.
Real life 007. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Funny stuff. Anyway.
That was pure coincidence. I didn't set that up.
No. Yeah, so our hands will be on the controls. Safety is paramount and all that sort of thing. People did say there was a lot of speculation this week on the comments. There was a lot of controversy suggesting that maybe we might get hurt with our hands, this sort of thing. But don't worry, people. There's a lot more to go on the project for sure before we get into all the safety aspects and all that sort of stuff. But that's all coming up for sure.
You want to jump back onto the screen?
Yeah.
Just show them what we're doing.
Okay, so this is the software that we're gonna
Make this motor mount, right?
make this motor mount, and what we're gonna be doing in a second is
So it says right off the bat that it's going to take 1 hour and 3 minutes, give or take 10 minutes. And then it'll print up the wrong way. It'll print that way. And it should look like that.
at the end of it. So we'll be putting it on just after this. Should we? We can put it on.
We can put it on live, yeah.
Yeah, put it on live. Why not?
It will take like an hour, but I don't
But
know
we won't be running the stream for that long. But we can put it on. If people haven't seen 3D printing, it's kind of interesting.
Okay, change off that screen and then I'll
You do your magic,
Do
and
the
then
magic. The magic of the movie, as they say.
magic of the movie, and yeah. Now, and what game are you playing at the moment there, Wilkinson? Hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, always good. Always good. For sure. And we'll bring this one over here. Must be getting darker outside, Richard.
Yeah.
What
Still
color?
here, by the way.
What color do you want this one?
Hey.
What color do you want this one?
But this one's made in rainbow color.
Yeah, but what would you like? This one, like PETG color.
That is PETG, isn't it?
Not that one.
No, it's not. Okay.
Oh, I got recycled rainbow. That's cool.
Yeah.
See that
Right.
one?
Yeah.
But-
What are you playing there, Wilkinson? What's your last game? Nice. Okay. I'll write this in my phone.
Where the controls on your drone pack? Yeah, we'll be adding all that sort of thing. But effectively, it'll be a remote control because remote controls are cool. It's just, yeah, it's just, it'll be just in your hand, you know. Yeah, it's the one. But yeah, that's all to come for sure. Keep it. What did it say? Keep it
Simple.
simple. Yeah, keep it simple. Keep the design simple. That way, less mistakes. If you start doing things where you start making like a custom rig, hand controls and those sorts of things, it kind of leaves. It's more prone to errors and those sorts of things, and then it's kind of going into the untested phase, and then you can get mistakes quite easily doing that sort of thing, which you don't want, doing that sort of dangerous stuff. Ninja Guardian 3, sweet, he's going to start it. Nice. Very cool.
Awesome.
Nice. You say Guardian? Yeah. Guardian? Yeah. Very cool. Nice. He's kind of like Freddy Krueger of the Ninja world with the forks. Like, is it 3 forks down the hands for sure. Now, there's different type of fighting styles from the Ninja world. They went into different type of ones. I think they were called cat claws, are the ones that they use for climbing walls and those sorts of things. I've seen them real life. There was a martial arts store that we used to look at.
Pretty much every day.
Pretty much every day when we
always walk past.
We were lived in the world of Auckland, and there was a ninja section that they had in there, and they had throwing styles and different things. We never got anything, but we always looked at it and thought, oh yeah, that was pretty cool. And they had these things called cat claws from the Ninja world, and they used kind of like a thing that you wrap around your hand, and they had like claws that you can climb wood, you know, like say logs and those sorts of things, climb up trees, I guess. Those sorts of things from their world, and they look pretty aggressive. And what else did they have?
They had the samurai stuff.
Samurai and bukdo swords, which are kind of like the wooden ones that you use for training purposes.
Like Aikido and stuff like that.
Yep, those sorts of things. And what else? And Kenjutsu and those sorts of things. But yeah, there's some masters out there doing their thing, which is cool. And what else was there? The sai, if you're talking about forks and those sorts of things, the sai is kind of like a 3-prong fork thing. They did have a couple of those there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And Richard's just doing the calculations in the background. Don't worry, we'll be jumping on to the 3D printer in a second. We're just going to put it on, but we'll just wait for that.
Yeah.
Just doing some calculations that you don't need to see in the background. It's fine. But yeah, no, the Eagle, once his motor mount is complete, and then we can start. We're going to start into the next phase of. We're going to start the painting stage, but we won't be doing it on the stream. We'll be coming up ones. We'll be doing some airbrushing, so stick around for that. And of course, we'll be hooking up to the receiver, enabling it, and testing the motors. So that'll be cool. And of course, the maiden flight. That'll be coming up on live stream.
Yeah, how are we going to do that? What's our sort of mindset behind the live stream?
Maiden flight.
Maiden flight, yeah. What's the
I was thinking just throw it, and then hopefully it works. Once we've enabled all the CG and got all that correct.
We don't need that.
What's that?
We don't need that anymore.
No, as long as we've got the file, we're all good.
I think we're good.
Good in the hood?
I think so.
All right.
Just leave it there.
Leave it there. Okay, so we're going to move that camera over.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have samurai armor, I noticed in one of your videos. Yes, we made that many moons ago. Yeah. What is it? Was it kind of? It's not full.
It doesn't have bamboo
armor like they did in the original samurai, but it's what we could find. So yeah, kind of cool.
Good
But you know,
spotting.
it's just what everybody does. They've got a project that just work on in the background. It won't necessarily make the cut of a YouTube episode, but everybody's got their hobbies and things. For sure. All good? You happy with it?
I think so.
And you got the SD card in?
Yes. And you got the filament.
Your filament's sitting at the top. Okay, so jump over to the other camera. Yep. And then we'll go and put this guy on. But yeah, appreciate everyone tuning into these streams. It's very cool.
Oh, you haven't loaded it.
What?
Is this one?
Yeah, I haven't loaded it. No, I was waiting for the
Okay.
car.
You good? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this is the filament we're using.
A nice design, says Wilkinson. Cheers, man. Thank you.
This is the filament we're using. It's recycled PETG. One of good sponsors, KiwiFil, and it is dark green ocean.
Oh, yes.
And it comes into these little wrapper things. Like that, and it's this kind of design. They come in these nice little pouches.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, wrong button.
Now what are you doing?
Sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Okay, so carry on what we say.
There we go. That's what he looks like.
Push the wrong button. Off Axis says cheers. Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for watching the stream.
Cool.
Here we go for the yeah. Why weren't you saying that? There you go. You can see me now. I'm still here. People might be thinking, oh, where did Harry go? No, he's still here. But yes, there you go. So you can see it from a different angle. I'll just move it here. But yes, we're going good. And the printer that we're running is the K1. What kind of printer is that, Richard? It's a small FDM printer. Build size volume, is it 320?
No,
not that
it's
big.
250.
250. It's a little fella, so it's got a very small build volume, but it's very quick. So it's use it quite a lot. It's our go-to guy, really.
I'll just let that extrude. Take a couple
And
minutes.
the spinning Tron disc you can see there, there's actually a dryer. Yes,
Dries out the filament.
dries out the phone. We always run it.
High torque, low drag.
Yeah, we always run that sort of thing when doing these sort of things, especially
You don't have to. It's not.
It's not perfect. You don't have to do it, but you're prone to this bubbling and moisture getting into the filament.
And also, it's quite good to drying before you do it,
Oh, you should always do that.
which I probably should have already done.
Oh well, it's one of those things.
Time is of the essence. No time to wait.
And you're extruding at 240 degrees, Richard?
Yeah.
So different filaments run at different degree temperatures, which I do know Marcel is well aware of that sort of thing, because he's the master of making, I was going to say the Spider-Mans and Deadpool and all those sorts of masters.
helmets,
he's made.
right?
The helmets, very cool.
He reckons is that a future mission? I'd like to think so, but I think Tron's that would be more futuristic. You know, everybody's a digital world, right? Have you seen the latest Tron movie? I haven't seen it yet.
The Ares one, I haven't seen it, no.
No.
Is it any good? I know once upon a time we did get the, we talk about games and this sort of thing, we did get a Tron game, what was it called?
Evolution?
Yeah, this was many moons ago. Evolution, yes, and it kind of was actually, in the end, actually was all about parkour. Parkour.
You're like running on the walls and stuff. It's kind of just
Kind of
different.
interesting. We never clocked it because it got too hard, but then we always play all our games 90% of the time on hard. Just to make life harder for ourselves. But yeah. Tron Sun says off axis. Yeah, for sure. Tron Sun. It's the Japanese version.
Okay.
Wilkinson says, what do you guys do for fun? Any hobbies or other than these? We're just full-time. Yeah, there's wow.
Lots of different stuff.
Lots of the list is actually quite extreme. From horse riding to horse jumping and those sorts of things to
Roll hockey.
Roll hockey is kind of our thing, but we've been a bit
Music.
Music. Yeah, always music.
Lots of instruments there we play.
I play the drums. So hence, when you see us do the our intro and outro, that is actually true. So I do play the drums, and Richard does play electric guitars. So I think in some of our early episodes, you may have even seen us play some of the H&R drum racing. Sometimes we do it, but sometimes not. Sometimes the air guitars was pretty cool too. It's just kind of like a throwback to those days when people could compete doing air guitar seriously. So it's actually a homage to those guys.
Yeah, and Bill and Ted used to do it for them.
Yes, very cool. And you can see there the build plate moving up. I think it's moving up.
Yeah,
there's some sound going on. Yes. There you go. You can see it moving up.
I don't think we'll watch the whole thing.
No. we won't watch it. That'd be a very strange stream. But
let's just watch it from start to finish.
But
1 hour's worth.
But what we will do is we'll see if it starts. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
And then maybe wrap up the stream then. That might be a good idea. Because what we've done so far on the stream, if you're just tuning in, we've looked at the drone pack, deep dive into that. We have done the tail on the guy behind us, which is of course the 3D printed eagle, and now we designed it on CAD software. The motor mount, the new motor mount.
We added the stabilizer.
Oh yes, and connected the server to the elevator. And yes, and now we're printing out that part that we just designed,
which is the nose piece. So you can scrub back if you like, or check it out later on.
Yeah.
So in theory, we've actually made the ability to
for this guy. This is what
attach the propeller. Yeah.
I just do it so it doesn't fall off.
Yeah, so you don't lose the parts. It's a good idea.
But yes, that's what will be on the nose. So a very strange eagle. I've never seen one in real life, but soon you will see one like that with a motor on the front of them. I think in the RC world, it's actually kind of rare to see a eagle. It's not the only plain bird that we have in our collection. We have another one that we made many years ago, and we.
I don't think we've ever
flown. It was a balsa one. I don't think we ever flown it. We just never got around to it. We did make it though.
It's just sitting there, just quietly.
It doesn't have a motor on it. You just toss that one.
Yeah.
It's a glider. Yeah. It's a very
what do you call it? The albatross? That was cool.
It's an albatross. So we painted in the albatross.
Yeah. Okay. So did you want to do any more, or
what's that?
What's thinking away there?
Just wait for that. I think that.
So I take it we're going to paint this guy at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll feel free for ideas for coloring scheme. But otherwise we'll just look up what an eagle looks like. And paint it like that, or maybe we'll do it paint it like a moorpork.
It's not a moorpork.
Moorpork. Do you know what a moorpork is, people?
I got to bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, we can do that. Bring it up on the screen. Yeah.
What does it?
So in New Zealand we don't have too many owls, but we do have one. Oh, there might be some other ones, but I'm pretty sure maybe somebody else brought them in for their own collection. But we do have one little owl. I've seen him. He was a cute little fella. Just an image. Why did it bring up a person?
Who knows?
Why did Google bring that up? It was just a person just looking like an owl. It wasn't. Anyway, we won't.
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful. But anyway, that was strange. So this is an owl. There you go for the people out there, nature watchers. We call them a moorpork. He literally just says moorpork
over and over again.
Yeah, that's what he says. So you can see why the name stuck.
Yeah, it's repetition.
Repetition of that name, people.
Yeah.
He's not very big. How big is he? He's about yay big. Cute little fella, good wingspan size.
Terrible eyesight in the daytime.
Yeah, not so good, but great at night.
Yeah. What about the eagle? I can look up that. Maybe swap screens now, just in case it does something. So.
Well, ads come up. We don't want them on the live stream.
Don't want them.
For the people out there wondering what the 3D printer is doing, it's just calibrating. It does a little pattern. It'll go around and zero itself and make the beard all flat. And the eagle.
This is kind of like what we're thinking about in terms of paint scheme. So, yeah, American bald eagle. It'd be cool to have one as a pet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be illegal.
No, they have those things called falconry.
No, I mean, we're talking about the bald eagle. I think it's pretty extinct.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it? That's sad. They're huge then.
Yeah. I know in New Zealand we had big birds like that, but they are extinct, sadly. Now we just have, what do we have now? We have, what's the biggest bird we have in New Zealand?
Big bird.
Big bird on TV, people. Okay, it looks like it's actually starting now. So, what do you reckon? Is it started? Yeah, I'll just flick the screen over so you guys can see. Yeah, has it started?
Yeah.
Wilkins says, what's the fastest bird of prey?
Is it the falcon? I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be the falcon, for sure. Is that the comic book, the bird of prey? Birds of prey? Then in that case, you'd see a Harley Quinn. Can the camera come closer, Richard? People are asking. Well, I'm asking. I don't know. Other people are asking. Yeah. Like that. Can we have a look inside? So yeah, it's kind of like if people haven't seen a 3D printer, they kind of work like a hot glue gun effectively. Except the only difference is that somebody's modernized it and attached it to a gantry.
Effectively,
that's exactly what an FDM printer does. We have another type printer out there that we're using to print out the windows, which we've finished printing out the windows, and that works in a resin one.
But you're right, though, isn't it? It's effectively a hot glue gun, and they just modernized it and then computerized it in terms of program.
It's the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird of prey. So you're right, Richard. Yay, 10 points to Gryffindor right there. Maybe we can bring that up on the screen for the people out there that are bird-wise. Remember, it's the peregrine falcon, not the penguin falcon. Oh, yeah, this character. Hang on. You got him? Yeah, he's pretty cool. This guy. Yeah. No, hang on. Wrong button. Not that one. Yes, that one. There he is. Oh, you can see the 3D printer going there.
Looking bird, isn't he?
Very cool. Shout out to those peregrine falcons out there.
How do you say that again?
Well, at least.
Say that again?
No, I'm not saying it again. It's like if you ever see other what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch says he can never say the word penguin. He says some other word.
Yeah, he's doing like a
instead of something very similar to David Attenborough. Shout out to those cool dudes out there. And if you ever watch, if you listen to his speech, he's here comes the penguin. He says something else, but it's not penguin. So there you go.
Oh, you got all three.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So effectively what it does on the 3D printing scheme of things, very cool bird, by the way. What it does is it does a hard line down first, so it does like a bit of compression in the first layer, first couple of layers, and that makes sure that you get good adhesion. And then what happens is once that's all happy, it'll start working on the infill pattern, and then you can really see it's going fast.
And we set this to adaptive qubit, right?
Yeah. So this is not actually at full speed yet. This is just hopping along all right. But yeah,
He's just warming up.
He's just warming up. But there's lots of printers out there. Our very first printer is under this guy here, and he is the turtle of the world. But he may to do something it could take all day, but he will do it at a slow and steady pace. And
what others may take minutes, he takes hours.
But I've never had to replace any parts on him, not include even the nozzle. Never had to. There's just a bit of oil, grease, and away he goes.
Doesn't he just really slow.
Really slow, but
He does a great job with TPU.
Yeah, that's his specialty.
Don't rush me. I'll get there.
Yeah.
One foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. What do you reckon for the stream, Richard?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do now is I guess we'll be backing up. We'll change that camera around, and yeah, I suppose we'll start. Yeah, it's good to see that print is going down. Hopefully it's not too heavy, but we'll have to. We'll find out together. Yeah, I'll go and change it around, Richard. Okay, sure. Yeah, cool. Nice.
So
Very good.
we're going to start sort of winding up, are we?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Just move it out of the way?
What's that?
You're just going to move it out of the way?
Yeah, I'll just move into position.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I guess we have to thank everyone for tuning in, first and foremost. Yeah, it's very cool. We managed to get quite a lot done. Obviously, something like 40 minutes time. The 3D printer will finish that part off. We'll put that aside for the next live stream. And then, yeah, we'll continue on the next evolution of this particular build. It's taking a lot longer than we thought or anticipated, but interesting nonetheless. It's quite the build, this one.
Starting to speed up now.
It's quite the build. But there you go.
Okay, we'll jump over to the other screen and sign out, I guess.
I guess you'd say that the flight would be that much more
Rewarding.
rewarding and a lot more anticipation because it's taking so long.
But anyway, cool, exciting stuff. Okay, we'll jump over to the other screen or two.
Okay, we'll start signing out. All right. Where are we?
Camera right.
Maybe down slightly. That's cool. That's good. And Harry, are we gonna do possibly a live stream tomorrow from the aerodrome? Not sure.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because we've still got some stuff to do with the.
Got some editing to do for the next episode, and that'll be coming up. Just watch the.
Thanks very much, Wilkinson. Thanks for joining in, dude. Said you guys are welcome.
Oh, cheers, man. Thanks. Appreciate you tuning in, guys. And so watch the community post page, and we'll let you know when the next episode's coming out. And we are into the editing phase,
And we're,
of that
we're
part.
quite well through it now.
Yeah, we're into the last kind of editing a bit.
Maybe like what, another couple of hours, maybe a few hours before we finish.
Yeah, could be a while.
Could be a while.
But anyway, we want it to look good, so we don't rush that stage.
You don't want to skimp out on the
Oh.
expressions. There's a big gap where you forgot to stitch it. No.
So yeah, go. Thanks so much for all our sponsors. Thank you once again for tuning in. We appreciate you all very much.
Past, present, and future. I'm Richard.
And I'm Harry. So we'll see each other on the next one, or otherwise we'll see you when the next episode comes out.
Or possibly a live stream tomorrow, depending on what we're doing.
Who knows? But whatever happens, we'll see you there. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go! H-Charger Racing, H-Charger Racing, H-Charger Racing. Yeah!
See you guys. See you next time.
See you then.
Awesome. Thanks, Wilkinson. Have a great night.